So here we've got the beginning of our Agammographs. Okay, so if you don't have an X-Acto knife, which is a hobby knife with a nice blade on it to cut straight lines, you can always use a pair of scissors, or you could try and fold over and over, because it's only paper, and then gently tear. Okay, so some of the tools we're going to use, I'm going to have a pair of scissors, an X-Acto knife, a pencil, and a ruler. Okay, if you don't have a ruler, that's okay. You can always use something as a straight edge. Sometimes you can use a piece of paper folded over and over itself again and create kind of a thick piece, or maybe you actually have something that's just a really solid straight edge of the side of a book or something, okay? All right, so the first thing that I did was I took two photos, and I'm using myself because I'm trying to use two different sides of me. Because, you know, the whole point of the Agamograph is to have two opposites kind of, so that way they kind of play off each other. So you see the right side versus the left side. So I took these two photos and I kind of lined them up and cut them down so that way they're kind of the same size. Now I've got a whole lot of extra stuff left over that I trimmed them off. So don't worry, if you got to make it that way, go for it. We don't need that. All right. So I'm going to start with the ruler method. So I've got my two photos. This is me. Thank you very much. And believe it or not, this is also me. So I've got two different sides of the kind of the person that I am. So I'm using two photos. Now you can use two images from magazines, or in the second part of this video, I will show how you can use two different drawing styles to kind of create the Agamograph. Okay? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take one of these images and I'm going to make sure, one more time, check the sizing. So about 6.5, 6.5, boom, I'm ready to go there. So I've got my two images here, and in these two images, they're both kind of cut down to the same size. And what I want to do is try and just cut them down evenly across. So I'm going to take this first image, put it to the side. I don't need it, that's going to confuse me. I like to go slow. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to let's start over here on the left side because I'm right-handed. And I'm just going to lay it down there. And I could take a pencil and I could just draw down straight to the side here. And then I can move over, find that line right there, and just try to line it up the best that I can. Okay, I'm not going to stress it. This is art. We're stuck at home. Don't stress it. Don't freak out. And we're just going to start cutting down this image little by little. Boom. I haven't cut anything yet. I'm just drawing lines. Let's be safe, okay? Better to be safe than sorry, hoo-ya? All right, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. One more line right here. And what is up with this? I got this weird thing over here. Guess what? Not going to worry about it. Boom, it's out of here. Forget about it. Put you to the side. Boom, get the next one. Here we go. Got an X-Acto knife, bam, which you might, I don't know. If you don't, that's fine. But if you do, I'm going to show you how to work with this with an X-Acto knife. All right? So, first thing you want to do, an X-Acto knife is a precise knife. So I'm going to use my edge right here in my ruler. And I'm just going to cut a line nice and slow, nice and slow. Notice how my fingers are away from the blade. I'm protecting myself. That's what it's all about. Protect yourself. Got to look out for number one, or you're going to probably step in number two. And all right, now remember, let's keep the X-Acto knife like life, in the safe position, okay? So what I'm gonna do is recap my X-Acto knife, put it to the side. Now these are just images that I printed out on the printer, all right? If you don't have a printer at home, don't worry about it. What you can use, you can take images from a magazine, you can take 2 different images and just cut those out. The key thing is to start with the same size. Now, give you a little insight here as we're kind of working. I like to try and play this thing out and go, how is this gonna look? Before I do any gluing or anything crazy like that, I want to make sure that I'm good. So got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And boom! Welcome back, welcome back. Here we go. And I've got some imagery right here that I'm going to want to glue down. Now, by gluing down, I got a couple ways to do this. One, I got the trusted glue stick. Boom. Second thing, I got this wonderful Elmer's glue with the happy little cow on right on there. You know, it's Elsie the cow. Oh, please use me to stick me down. Okay, boom. So what I'm going to start with, because I've got my kind of stuff separated right now, I kind of know where I'm going to go with this. All right? So if I wanted to, I could put it all back together. But I want to go step by step by step to get this down. So I got a piece of regular, just, you know, plain paper here. No big deal. So I know this is my ruler, and this is the size that I've got my paper set up for each one of these cut pieces that I've already done. Boom. See? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my ruler right down on the edge, and I'm going to draw a line straight down with my pencil. And I'm just going to go all the way across, okay? All right, so I got my piece done. I got all my individual lines on there. But now here's the thing that's weird. I got this little extra piece right here. Don't worry about it. Just keep pushing ahead. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to try and create this accordion fold over and over again. So I'm going to start here, kind of like making a fan. Flip it over. I like to follow that line right there. This is what I like to do. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is open this piece back up, and I'm going to get ready to glue my pieces in one at a time. I'm just going to place them first because I like to place everything down before I do anything. That way I can make sure if I'm making any mistakes or anything like that. So sometimes, see, because my stuff's a little bit smaller, I'm going to run it all down to the bottom of the page. I think that'll be okay. That way I got kind of a guideline to work from. Starting with this piece right here, I'm going to do glue stick to start with. Now let's say I don't have a glue stick, but I've got regular wet glue. Now here's a trick. Put a little bit of glue on. Sometimes you can use another sheet of paper. Remember all that scrap paper I had before? I'm going to use that to help me. Because I'm just going to smear it with my finger up a little bit. Wipe off the excess on that paper. That way I'm not too concerned about the extra gloppies. So here we go. We got the whole thing glued down. First thing I'm going to do is make sure I close up my glue, make all my supplies put away the way I want them to make sure everything is going to like not dry out or just kind of get all gross and everything. So remember how we do the glue sticks. We turn the glue stick down. We don't just like try to fix it all in like that because that's nasty. All right. Now, I got my first picture, first picture, first picture, first picture, first picture. Second picture, second picture, second picture, second picture. Boom. They're all in place. Let it dry.